Welcome to this practice session for signals and systems. This video is prepared for helping students in practicing numerical examples.
Let us listen to the instructions now. This video contains 5 numerical examples. Write your own notes while watching the video. Pause as and when required. Take time to grab the concepts. Rework on examples for practice. This is very important. Now let us go to problem number 1. Given a system, I of t is equal to px of t. Check if the system is linear or not. Let us assume two inputs x1 and x2 and find out the corresponding outputs. For the first input, x1 of t, if it is passed through the system, the corresponding output is y1 of t. As per the definition of the system given, y1 of t should be equal to t into x1. Similarly, for the second input, x2 of t, the output is y2 of t, which is equal to t into x2. Now we got y1 and y2, which are the corresponding outputs for individual inputs x1 and x2. In the next step, let us assume a third input x3 of t such that x3 of t is equal to ax1 plus bx2, where a and b are constants. We can see that x3 is a linear combination of x1 and x2. Now let us pass this third input to the system and get the corresponding output. When x3 is passed through the system, the corresponding output is y3. As per the system definition, y3 is equal to t into x3. Substituting the equation for x3, y3 becomes t into ax1 plus bx2 or atx1 plus btx2. We can see that the equation here tx1 of t is actually y1 of t, and this part of the equation tx2, y3 becomes ay1 of t plus by2 of t. As we get y3 of t in the form of ay1 of t plus by2 of t, we can consider the system to be a linear system. Now let us go to problem number 2. Given the system, y of t is equal to x of t square. This is a squaring system. Any input given, the output will be the square of that input. Check if the system is linear or not. We will follow the same procedure we have learned now. We'll have two inputs x1 and x2 and find out the corresponding outputs. So for the first input, we get the output y1 as x1 square, and for the second input, we get y2 as x2 square. Now let us assume a third input, which is a linear combination of x1 and x2, that is x3 is equal to ax1 plus bx2. Passing x3 through the system, we give a signal y3, which is equal to x3 square. Substituting for x3, y3 becomes equal to ax1 plus bx2 the whole square, which is equal to a square x1 square plus b square x2 square plus 2ab x1 x2. Examining this equation, we can see that x1 square is y1, x2 square is y2. Rewriting this equation, y3 of t is equal to a square y1 plus b square y2 plus 2ab x1 x2. y3 of t is not in the form ay1 plus by2. So the system is a nonlinear system. Problem number 3. Given a system, y of t is equal to sine x of t. Check the linearity of the system. Let us assume the first input x1 of t, which gives rise to the output y1. y1 of t is equal to sine x1 of t as per the system equation given. For the second input x2 of t, output generated is y2 of t, which is equal to sine of x2 of t. Now let us assume a third input x3 of t, which is equal to ax1 of t plus bx2 of t, which is the linear combination of x1 and x2, or it is the weighted sum of x1 and x2. Now let us pass x3 through the system to generate the output y3. As per the system equation, y3 should be equal to sine x3 of t. Substituting for x3, y3 of t is equal to sine ax1 of t plus bx2 of t. This is in the form of sine a plus b. We already know that sine a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. If we expand y3 of t according to this equation, it is not going to be equal to a sine x1 plus b sine x2. That means y3 of t is not equal to a y1 of t plus b y2 of t. That makes the system nonlinear. Problem number 4. Given a system, y of n is equal to x of n minus x of n minus 1. Check if the system is linear or not. Let us assume two inputs x1 of n and x2 of n and find out their corresponding output. For x1 of n input, the corresponding output is y1 of n, which is equal to x1 of n minus x1 of n minus 1. Similarly, for x2 of n, the output is y2 of n, which can be written as x2 of n minus x2 of n minus 1. Now let us assume a third input x3 of n, which is equal to ax1 plus bx2. That is ax1 of n plus bx2 of n. Passing x3 to the system will give rise to the output y3 of n, which is equal to x3 of n minus x3 of n minus 1. Now substitute for x3 so that y3 of n is equal to ax1 of n plus bx2 of n minus ax1 of n minus 1 plus bx2 of n minus 1. We can see that from the equation of y3 of n, we have the terms ax1 of n and ax1 of n minus 1. Combining these two, we can substitute this with the equation of y1 of n. Similarly, the terms containing x2 of n, bx2 of n minus bx2 of n minus 1 can be substituted by y2 of n. So, y3 of n can be rewritten as ay1 of n plus by2 of n. So, problem number 5. Given a system y of n is equal to n square x of n minus 1. Check the linearity of the system. Let us assume a first input x1 passing through the system, producing an output of y1 of n, which is equal to n square into x1 of n minus 1. For the second input x2 of n, the output is y2 of n, which is equal to n square into x2 of n minus 1. Now let us assume a third input, which is the weighted sum of x1 and x2. That is, x3 is equal to ax1 plus bx2. Let us pass x3 through the system. Get the output y3, which is equal to n square into x3 of n minus 1. Now let us substitute for x3. The equation becomes x3 produces y3, which is equal to n square into ax1 of n minus 1 plus b into x2 of n minus 1. Opening the bracket, we get two terms, n square ax1 of n minus 1 plus n square b x2 of n minus 1. This is of the form ay1 of n plus by2 of n. That means the system is linear. That completes the discussion in this video. Thank you for watching.